Hello and welcome. I'm your host, Jason Davis, and we're going to be having a very special interview tonight. The pageants have returned to National Carnival, and with me in the studios are the 5 lovely young ladies who are the contestants in the National Carnival swimwear pageant. Let's take a look at the 5 lovely young ladies. They're going to be introducing themselves to you, and we're going to get to know them a little better through this interview. But before we get into that, let's meet them one by one. Could you start off, beginning with contestant number 1, by introducing yourself and telling us who is your sponsor?
Hi everyone, I'm your contestant number 1, Rodonna Wilkin, in this year's Miss St. Kitts and Nevis National Carnival Swimsuit Pageant, proudly sponsored by the ZIZ Broadcasting Corporation.
Welcome. Let's move on to contestant number 2. Can you tell us your name and your sponsor?
Hi everyone, I am contestant number 2, Miss Valencia Kelly, and I am proudly sponsored by the St. Kitts Marriott Resort.
Alrighty, on to contestant number 3.
Good evening everyone, I am Michaelia Stevens. I am your contestant number 3 in this year's Carnival pageant, and I am proudly sponsored by the Royal St. Kitts Hotel.
Nice to meet you. Contestant number 4, you're up.
Hi everyone. I am Miss Shantara Hewlett, proudly sponsored by the St. Kitts Nevis Anguilla National Bank.
Nice to meet you. And finally, contestant number 5.
Good evening, everyone. I am contestant number 5, Miss Ngozi Nichols, proudly sponsored by the Next Generation Medical Lab.
All right. Welcome to you one and all. As I said before, this is an interview so that the public can get to know you all a bit better. The St. Kitts and Nevis, in fact, the entire world has seen your promotional videos, so they know what you look like, but now they're going to know a bit more about yourself and your personalities. So let's get right into it. Now, first of all, a show of hands. Who is nervous about this upcoming competition? Okay, well, contestant number 4, Miss National Bank, you say that you're nervous. Tell us, how are you feeling, going into this show?
Have you seen my counterparts? They're all beautiful young ladies, and so I am nervous. But I have been working very hard, and I'm sure that they all have been as well, and so it will be a show to remember.
All right. Let's talk about the preparation leading up to the show. Contestant number 5, Miss Next Generation. Tell me, what have you been doing to get ready for this pageant?
My preparations for this pageant thus far has been very tedious. It involves gymming, proper dieting, taking time out for rehearsals, taking time out for interview coaching, sessions with your coaches and stuff like that. And I mean, it's very tedious. You have to work hard, because without proper preparation you won't be able to put on the show that everybody is looking forward to. And as my counterpart just mentioned, all of us are beautiful young ladies. We're all working hard because we know that the show that we're going to put on is going to be one to remember.
Indeed, I'm sure it will be. Okay, general question to everyone else. Following Miss Next Generation's bit about the working out and the gymming, how has everyone else been, working hard? Who else has been, killing it in the gym? Raise your hand. All of you? Has it been really difficult for anyone? Contestant number 3, Miss Royal St. Kitts Hotel. Tell me about, your workout and how has it been leading up to the pageant?
Well, for me, I had to change my eating habits because, of course, we all want a good body on the stage. I had to let go of certain stuff. Like, I would have more time for going out with my friends and so on, but now I just have to stay fully dedicated to what I'm doing, because this is something I want. This is my first time entering the pageant, and I hope to fulfill my dreams of actually being on the stage on the 22nd of December.
All right. Now, contestant number 3, Miss Royal St. Kitts, just mentioned it's her first time entering a pageant. Again, show of hands, has anyone here entered a pageant before? So number 5, number 4, number 3, and number 1, Miss ZIZ Broadcasting. Let's go to number 1, Miss ZIZ Broadcasting. So this is your first pageant? So how do you feel? Are you nervous? How do you feel going into this pageant?
Yes, I'm nervous. Haven't you seen these beautiful young ladies? Of course I must be nervous. But according to contestant number 5, with good preparation, we will put off a show, indeed.
Okay. Contestant number 2, you said that you have had experience in pageantry. Tell me about your pageantry experience.
Well, every pageant is not the same. It comes with its own challenges. However, I can say that my experiences in the past has allowed me to elevate and grow into this pageant that I am currently a part of.
Okay. What pageants have you entered before?
We could stay here all night.
Oh, wow. It's that many. That many. Okay. Well, we'll just call you a pageant veteran then and leave it at that. All right. Contestant number 5, you said Miss Next Generation. You said you have had some pageant experience as well? Okay. Tell me about your pageant experience.
I entered the Carnival White Sands Swimsuit pageant in 2019, where I copped the first runner-up position. I also entered Miss Back to Roots when I was a student at the Clarence Fitzgerald Bryant College, where I copped the top spot. I was crowned queen. And I also have pageant show experience as well from primary school. I entered the Tucker Clark Primary Prince and Princess show where I won, and then went on to represent in the Rotaract Prince and Princess show that year. I think it was 2002 for National Carnival.
All right. So, with all of your experience under your belt, I guess this is nothing new to you. You must be thinking this is old hat. This is going to be a breeze for you, yes?
I won't say it's going to be a breeze because my competitors, I'm sure, have been eyeing each other as who their strongest competitor will be. So I can't just go into the show thinking, okay, it's going to be a walk in the park. I have to prepare myself because I don't know who is going to be, quote unquote, an underdog. So I have to make sure that I prepare myself properly and go at it just as any other show had.
All right. All right. She goes hard, she says. Okay. Now, the swimsuit pageant is a very visual pageant. Your body is going to be on display. You're going to be up for scrutiny. And let's not kid ourselves. Competition and division crowds can be very, how shall I put this, aggressive. Let's start with contestant number 3. Are you ready for that type of scrutiny? Are you ready for that type of attention?
Well, I was born ready, so I would say yes, I'm totally ready.
Okay.
It's something new for me, but I will be ready.
Okay. Contestant number 1, this is also your first pageant, and you're going to be up for a lot of scrutiny, particularly when you're walking on that stage. Are you going to be able to handle that?
Yes, in fact, that would be a great position I'm in because it gives me the momentum, the courage to do what I always wanted to do, walk on that stage, December the 22nd.
All righty then. Now, blanket question. As you young ladies were preparing for this show, we were under a pandemic, and there were certain restrictions, and people couldn't move about and freely. Did any of you have any difficulties while you were preparing for this show? Who'd like to tell us about that? Okay, I'll pick one. Let's go. Contestant number 4, Miss National Bank. Did you go through any difficulties, preparing for the show, particularly since the nation and the world was under a pandemic?
I wouldn't call it a difficulty per se. I would say it was more of being unsure of whether this would be happening right now. Mm-hmm. And so you would try to do a little preparations, but then you would think, I wonder if this will really come off based on the news and things that we would have been hearing. And it was sporadic changes left and right. And so the most I could do was try to prepare myself on my own at home. So I would try to do a little workout at home, try to eat a little better and that sort of thing to get my body in gear for when it really starts to pick up, if it does pick up. So it was more of carefully getting into it.
All right. Contestant number 2, same question. Did you have any difficulties getting ready for this show?
I actually have. So I was placed in quarantine for contact tracing, and I felt like I was getting behind in my preparations for this pageant. I felt like everyone went ahead while I was left behind. However, when I got out, it only motivated me to work harder.
Oh, very good. It's a lesson learned then.
Exactly.
All right, thank you, Miss St. Kitts Marriott Resort. Now, this is the final question. It's a very light question, and I'm going to be going down the line. And it's just to let our audience know a bit about you. Can you tell us what are your hobbies? What do you do for fun when you're not preparing for a pageant? Starting with contestant number 1, Miss ZIZ Broadcasting Corporation.
Outside of pageantry, I love adventure. I'm a risk taker. I love going out in the wild, hiking, going to the beach, outing with friends and family. That's me.
All right, very adventurous. Contestant number 2, Miss St. Kitts Marriott Resort. What are your hobbies? What do you do for fun?
Well, some people may not call it fun, but I am actually a gym junkie, so I enjoy going to the gym. It is my place to unwind, relax, think, all of that while getting an amazing body.
Oh, all right then. This is a win-win situation. Contestant number 3, Miss Royal St. Kitts Hotel. What are your hobbies? What do you do for fun?
Outside of pageantry, I really enjoy nature and watching sceneries and also just enjoying the moment, as well as dancing, singing, and even modeling, because I have just developed a passion for modeling. As you know, this is my first time being in this pageant, and I would say I really enjoy doing those stuff.
All righty. Contestant number 4, same question. What do you do for fun?
I find learning fun. So I like to challenge myself. I like to learn about anything, everything. I try new recipes for cooking. I love to read. I love to learn about mental health. I think it's something that we are still learning to accept. And so I think knowledge is getting us learning about it, I think, and educating ourselves about it will make it something more acceptable and understood. I also enjoy learning to sew. I'm taking sewing lessons because I love fashion, and so that's something that brings me great joy.
All right then. Thank you, Miss St. Kitts Nevis Anguilla, National Bank. Finally, contestant number 5, Miss Next Generation. When you're not gracing the stage, what do you do for fun?
I am a mother of a beautiful 4-year-old girl. So outside of preparations for the swimsuit pageant, I enjoy spending time with my daughter, whether it's playing princess or dancing around the house, watching movies. I also enjoy shopping. I love clothes, shoes, jewelry, anything fashion-wise, that's me. And I also enjoy listening music.
All righty then. So we've got a wide array of hobbies and interests right here in our studios. Well, thank you very much for joining us. It's been a pleasure speaking with all of you and getting to know you a bit better, and I can't wait to see you all on that stage. Well, that's it for us tonight. We've been speaking with the 5 lovely contestants of the Miss National Carnival Swimsuit Pageant. Once again, their names are Rodana Wilkin, Miss ZIZ Broadcasting Corporation, Valencia Kelly, Miss St. Kitts Marriott Resort, Michaela Stevens, Miss Royal St. Kitts Hotel, Miss Shantara Hewlett, Miss St. Kitts Nevis Anguilla National Bank, and Miss Ngazi, Miss Next Generation Medical Laboratories. Well, it's going to be quite the show, so I encourage everyone to go on out to the show, or you can view it virtually, dependent on what the circumstances are, but it proves it's going to be a great show. You can't afford to miss it. So thank you very much for tuning in. I'm Jason Davis. Have a great day.